So I had the CT scan, and it shown 3 lymph nodes quite swollen, and it started to go a little bit on my lungs.
So it's spread.
It started to spread. So then obviously I was like at that point, my head was just all over the place. And I remember my first call, I went with my missus and my mum. And then my first call was Kieran. Like, don't know why. Like, it was, because I had my family with me.
Of course.
And he was like, he did look after you. And I just remember calling him, just crying my eyes out. And he was just like, he was so good on the phone, just got me to calm down.
Hey guys, welcome back to More Than a Match with myself, Damani, and RH. How are you feeling, Raz?
Unbelievable, mate. Another episode, isn't it?
Another episode.
We've got a collaboration, haven't we?
Yeah, we have.
Go on, tell the viewers what we've got for our community.
So, we've collabed with Boohoo Man, and we've got our own 10% code. What is it, Raz?
MTAM10.
If you want to use the code MTAM10 for 10% off, do it.
Do it. We're looking after our viewers, aren't we?
Trying to.
We're trying. RH representing as well. He's wearing one.
Look at him there, looking.
We've got a deal and D's wearing drama. He's trying to colour it up. But cheers, Boohoo Man. Yeah, cheers, Boohoo Man. Thank you. No, guys, we're trying to look after our community. It's coming towards Christmas.
Yeah.
Obviously, that 10% will help.
Go a long way.
We've got a massive guest, haven't we? Literally, like, massive guest as well.
It's hard to get him in a shot.
I'll tell you what. You all right there, Max? Shook his hand, was like, oh.
Nah, we've got Max Taylor today. Thanks for coming on, Max.
Nah, no worries. Been meaning to come on for a while now, so looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you massively taking the time. So, current, you're at Filed at the moment. We're just talking off camera. Facilities there, club-wise. Just talk to the viewers. What's it like?
Yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, obviously, they had a relegation last year. I spoke to the manager throughout the summer, really, sort of weighing up my options, and then went in. I've played there before, but I didn't realise sort of the extent of the facilities they've got. It's ran like a league club, and I wanted to play. I want to play every game, and obviously they've got a good squad. We're hoping to get a promotion, so that's the goal for the season, really.
Flying start to the season for you, don't it?
Yeah, really? It's good. It's good. I mean, it's good that we got like sort of South Shields are doing so well as well. It's sort of like, you know, you don't want to get too far behind. It pushes us as well to have that competition. So yeah, good.
It's not like National League North to have that sort of facility. I've always seen it from obviously pictures and stuff like that. But like you said, you've got a chef, you've got a canteen, you've got AstroTurf. The facilities down there, the owners put quite a lot of money into it. Just shows the ambition as well.
Yeah,
from the club.
Definitely. And even like yesterday, we had like a community meeting, and the stuff that they're doing within the community, like it's like we had at the foundation and stuff. The stuff that they're doing around the community is incredible. All the facilities, like you say, is really, you know, building a good club. So obviously you need the football to match it. You need to be getting promotions under your belt, bringing in good players. So hopefully we've got that.
You know, before then you went to the PFA stuff, and we've highlighted the PFA camps quite a lot. Like, how important was that for you to give you that sort of platform to then, you know, get in front of clubs? Because, you know, you go onto it, like with your career so far, it's very up and down, in it, like 1 year contracts, opportunities. It's a game of opinions. How important was the PFA for you in your journey?
Yeah, hugely. I mean, even just on like social media and stuff alone, like, you'd know, D, when you're looking and you're out of contract and you see all your mates signing everywhere, you feel like you're the only one. Then the PFA put on the camp and you head down and you're talking to lads, and there's like 40 lads who are all in the same position. Some have had like much better careers, and you're sort of like, well, Jesus, like, you know, and they're speaking to you, they're more experienced, they've been in the situation before, so it sort of brings you down a little bit, you know, when you're in that sort of state of you're worried, you're panicking, sort of, not panicking because you've got offers and stuff,
but you're uncertain, you don't know.
You're uncertain, you might not want to go where you're getting offered, things like that, and it sort of gives you that time to sort of, you know, speak to people, relax a little bit, but you're training at the same time, because no matter how much you do by yourself, that training environment of a group and a team is so much better than just training by yourself. I mean, you get so much more out of it. You push each other, you see different things, you can actually do more, you know. So yeah, it was unbelievable.
It's funny though, because like when I left United, like I used to get people saying, "Oh, why don't you just go here, or why don't you just go there?" I'm like, bloody hell, it's not that easy. I'd go to Real Madrid if I could. Do you know what I mean? Jesus.
Nah, it's not easy. I think what the PFA are doing and giving lads a platform, and like you said there, Max, there's some big players.
Yeah, there's massive.
You know, like
players.
you look at the list when it comes out, and it's like some massive
the
players.
standard of the PFA it's crazy. They could make a team themselves really and compete, couldn't they? It's that good. That's what surprised me.
And the fixtures that they get in as well, like against United and some
teams.
like football league clubs, and they play Leyton Orient and stuff like that. That's brilliant to get in front of obviously people where you need to go. You
Showcase your skills, isn't it?
It's brilliant, mate.
Even the first game we had was a workshop. We all played 45 each. Obviously, workshop's National North Club, freshly promoted, but they had something like over 1,000 scouts register for the live stream. And like you think of that, where else are you going to get that? Really? Yeah, you're not going to get that playing for a club.
Yeah,
you know,
it's an amazing platform.
Brilliant, yeah.
In terms of maybe risking an injury, going to a club and playing, you're not going to get that level of that many scouts watching. 1,000, like it's ridiculous, really.
When you think about it, because normally, like in a game, there might be like 2, 3, maybe 4.
Yeah.
But 1,000, that's crazy. And that must give you confidence because, like, you think you got 1,000 chances, really. Do you know what I mean? If matter that sounds like one person could just take the punt on you and say, do you know what, I like him. Yeah. And that puts you in a whole different perspective of where you might be or might end up.
It's a mindset thing as well. It's like a purpose. Like, some people might say, oh, well, such and such a scout's here or whatever. Well, you've not really got anything to back it up. You know, like, say, like, an agent might say, oh, well, we've got someone to come and watch. You never know that, do you? But the fact that you can visually see like 1,000 scouts there, it's like, well, I'm going to raise my game today. And then when you come off the pitch thinking I've had a good game, there's a chance and hope that, you know, you can get contacted and then go in for a trial and stuff like that. So is that how the file stuff come around for you through the PFA?
No, so it was really early on. The manager contacted me. He must have got my number and texted me, and he was at Curzon.
Curzon Ashton, yeah.
So he actually texted me whilst I was at Curzon. So I said, obviously, I'm looking to stay in full-time football at the minute. Like, I played a few games in League 2 last year, and on my CV, obviously, I've got a good number of League 2 games. And then when he got the file job, he texted me again. So it sort of sparked a little bit of interest. And I had a few different things going on. National League, a few sniffs in League 2, no concrete offers. So then I thought, well, I'm going to go to the PFA, buy my time a little bit, see if anything else crops up, and see what works out for best. You know, obviously I've got a family and stuff now. Yeah. I have to think about travel. I have to think about if I've got to stay somewhere, can my family come and be with me? You know, my second child's under 1, and my first only, he's still at nursery and stuff. He's not even at school, so the precious years, and we're not in that state of salary or whatever where you can go, well, it's worth the move. It's like you're talking like 10 grand a year difference to not see your kids, and then you've still got to pay for your accommodation and travel. So I had to weigh it all up and sort of see what was going to work for me, football wise, family wise, and there's more to it.
But I think that's like it's a mature thing to do though, because a lot of players could panic and think, you know what, I need to play, I need to get an income, I need to do this, I need to do that. But sometimes if you just wait, something will always come, and it's normally the right thing that comes in it.
I just think what Max said there as well, like people, like fans or people that outside the game, don't think they really understand like that sort of sacrifice. Like, you got a young family, you want to be present as a father, and like some options, that might be the only option. So it's like, if you go down there financially, you'll take a cut, but is it like practical? I think like some people don't really, it's a great insight because people don't really understand that. I think it's fantastic.
There's so many things that like alter your decision, what people wouldn't think about. Like, you're a footballer, like a team's offered you money, you should just take it. But then I've got a family, I've got a missus, I've got stuff that I need to pay for, and I want to be present. So if it's not right, then you're not going to take, are you?
No, 100%.
Patience in it.
But let's strip it back then. Where did it all start for you, Max? Football?
Yeah, I wasn't great, you know. Might not still be. No, I think I was always one of them late developers, mate. Like, obviously I was a growing lad, always quite tall. Yeah. I was quite clumsy. Yeah. Like, a bit all over the place.
Bambi.
Yeah.
Bambi on ice.
That was my first trial. Literally got told Bambi on ice.
Really?
So I was in primary school. It would have been about year 5, year 6, and I went to Blackburn. And I went on trial at Blackburn. Did about a week, and then I've gone on holiday. I've gone on holiday for 3 weeks. Oh. And I'm with my mum. So my mum, you know what mums are like, they let you do whatever you want on holiday. So I was eating ice cream. Ice cream every day, breakfast, lunch, dinner. Like, standard, just like
Being
not
a
really
kid.
bothered.
Yeah,
being a
enjoying
kid.
yourself, yeah.
And like rightly so, I was just a kid.
Yeah.
And then I come back and all I'd done is like smash a ball at a goal. Like I'd not done anything.
Yeah.
Come back and the guy, I must have grown a little bit as well, and because I'm at that age, and he just said, "Oh, you're like Bambi on ice." So my mum in the meeting said, "Oh, we can't give you anything."
Oh.
So then at that point, I think I was at a club called Timpley Villa in Timpley, and then got to, I sort of thought like, I'm the best player in this team,
Yeah.
but I'm in an area that's not like saturated with football.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then my mum's partner at the time, he said, "Well, why don't we go like towards Manchester because the league's going to be better."
Yeah.
Like, so I went to Hough End, and then like my eyes opened then, and I was like, "Oh, these kids are like."
I thought I was good.
Yeah. Like I was the best near me, but I was in like a little village. Nice.
Let me go back to
Yeah.
Timpley.
And then,
Don't like it, Manchester.
And then come here, and then there was a coach called Paul Evans. I think he's still there now, doing a load of stuff. He was like in charities and whatever. Great guy, great coach, and he was just obsessed with playing footy on the floor. And I'd never sort of like really bought into football. And then I was doing extra coaching, 1-to-1 with a guy called Matt Rees and stuff like that. Doing he did group like sessions in Heald Green. So like then I started like sort of that year, 5 years after that, I just got really motivated to sort of like, no, actually I want to do football seriously. Played all the way up to 14 at Hough End. Still like hadn't gone to academies and stuff. I'd had like few clubs say like come in and what have you. I mean, mum's partner kept saying no.
Yeah.
And I was like, why does he keep saying no? But I think he'd seen what like how upset I'd been at, and he was like, let's just delay
Blackburn.
it.
Yeah.
And he got to the point where he wasn't telling me.
Yeah.
Wasn't telling me if someone was asking.
You're just playing.
Yeah, and then it was a game on a Saturday at Hough End, and Derek Langley had come. Do you remember Derek?
Yeah.
And I didn't even know he was coming. And we were warming up, and the game gets cancelled. So the game got cancelled, and then Derek come up to me and was like, "Listen, we've been watching you for a while. It's quite late to have not been to an academy and whatever, but we'd like you to come in on a 6-week trial."
Yeah.
Brilliant.
So then, I couldn't believe it, me. Like,
Yeah,
the best thing.
Best
United
thing ever.
fan.
100%.
Never been at an academy before, and it was just unreal. 14. My mates didn't believe me in
Yeah.
that.
That is so good.
You're Bambi on ice, I'll get United.
That's mad, isn't it? That's good.
Yeah, oh mate, honestly, the buzz off that was unreal. Like just to get a trial,
Yeah.
and then I'd done the 6 weeks, and they weren't sure. So Neil Ryan was like, "You have to do another 4 weeks." Did another 4 weeks, and then they said they'd take me. Oh mate.
Buzzing.
Yeah, and I remember going into the changing rooms that I'd signed in the main building, and I was like, like, oh my god, this is unbelievable.
Special
Vidic,
place, isn't it?
Seeing Vidic, and he was like one of my idols, and I was like, oh my god, like,
unbelievable, mate.
Then Carl gave us all these free boots. I've gone into the changing room with all the lads and gone, I've got 2 pairs of boots. So all these lads have had it from like ages 7, like not bothered one bit. Mate.
Yeah, that's
like,
brilliant.
I got the boots, I got the training kit and that. Absolutely buzzing. Oh, lads were like, oh yeah, mate.
It's normal,
you
mate.
get it every year.
Yeah, it's normal.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, it was class, mate. I loved it.
I think going back to the offend, I've got 2 things. The offend stuff, like you said about the gentleman who's obviously still doing it. I think that's very undervalued. I think the grassroots side of things is some fantastic people who do it voluntary. They don't get paid to do it. So again, he's had what was his name? Sorry,
Paul Evans.
Paul Evans has had an input on your career from a very young age, and he's still doing it now. But he's not doing it for money or motivation. He's doing it because he wants to develop footballers, and he believes in a certain philosophy. I think that needs to be highlighted because there's a lot of people out there that don't get paid for the coaching and spend a lot of time. A lot of parents as well. Like we always talk about sacrifice. And also Mark Rees, we know Mark Rees as well. Great guy. How important was that sort of stuff for you as well? Obviously, I do.
The one-to-ones.
Yeah.
I do the one-to-one stuff. That's what I do.
Do you
But
think
how
it was
important?
beneficial for you?
Oh, massively, mate. Because it's like technical ability-wise, I couldn't do kick-ups when I was going into high school. Well, I was like sort of around that age, and then he just took me on leaps and bounds, repetition. Just taught me sort of like repetition, and
technical
then I got
stuff.
I think I was quite lucky, really. Physically, I was okay. And then on that side of things, I was playing on a Saturday, playing on a Sunday, training on a Sunday afternoon, Monday night I was training with Mark,
Yeah.
Tuesday night I was training with school, Wednesday night training with Offend, Thursday night training with Mark again.
Full-time schedule.
And then Friday I wouldn't do anything before the weekend. And I just became football obsessed, mate. Like,
I love it.
But it was like quite lucky really, because had it been a year or two later,
it might not have happened.
Yeah.
How old was you there then when you joined United then? 14.
Yeah.
So again, like we have, academy parents, viewers where, they go in so young. Like people might not realise it is possible to go in later.
Yeah.
And if anything, it's like you've got 2 years then to try and earn yourself a job. If anything, as long as you got them technical side of things, you've got a right chance going in at 14. It is possible, like to go in. I think parents get hung up on like, the kids just need to go into an academy. I think that's a really important point.
Because like Max said there, his mum's partner at the time, he probably seen that Max was just enjoying football, and if he would have went in a bit earlier, then it might not have worked out the way it did. Do you know what I mean? So like I know sometimes when you look back, you think, why is he not telling me? But there was a reason behind that.
Yeah, 100%.
What set you up now?
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
that's brilliant. I think it's fantastic. Talking about United briefly now, what was your time like there? Like environment wise, like players that you've obviously played with the main man, D Money. What was that like for you and your footballing development? We ask that quite a lot to guests that have played, because everyone's journey is different.
Yeah, I loved it, mate.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's like I still say it now. Like my favourite years easily are there. And then, but to be honest, when I first went in on a sign, obviously I was young, 14, and I got past the trial, and obviously they were unsure and stuff. I had a bit of a tough point of like, I'd sort of got to being one of the best players at Offend, and then sort of needed to prove it again at United. I was at like right at the bottom really. I had to play a few games like year down with Damani and Brandon, because at that time obviously you're each year is an individual age group, and I wasn't getting into my age, and then I was struggling with that quite a bit. But then I think thankfully I'd had the experience of doing it before. I sort of like knew I had 2 years where, listen, if you develop over these 2 years, you're going to get to the point where you can be in a team again, like get back to that point. In terms of like lads, class one, how good is it, mate?
Some of the trips you've had, the Shrewsbury trips.
Shrewsbury is unbelievable.
The Lillyshaw trips. Oh my god,
scrapping in the food.
It's mad,
what was it called? See what?
I can't remember.
We used to be all in a group chat anyway, yeah. And we used to always like arrange these little fights in it when we're younger. So it used to be Max, and Baz in it.
Jay Barrett, man.
God, it was the best fight we've ever seen. I swear down the room, it was so small, and there's about 60-40 lads in there.
No way.
In a ring.
Pay-per-view, was it?
Yeah, pay-per-view. These two are just going at it in the middle. And we're like, oh my god. Next morning, everyone's like bruised, and like, everyone's like, what's going on yesterday? Yesterday I did nothing. Oh, it was the best time ever. Even like Austria was good.
Austria.
Like,
you talk about that trip a lot.
Funny,
Austria's the best ever, man.
How funny was that that game on
the last minute winner?
Oh, was it you who scored?
Yeah, and I scored a banger, yeah. Everyone's like,
we need to see that.
Yeah,
I've heard this story a lot.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I've heard the story quite a lot. I need to see it. The viewers need to see it.
I'm running off, and I just
everyone's
chasing me and slipping. But there are moments like you look back and you think, bloody hell, like what a good time we had. Do you know what I mean? But like we're still like developing now as players. Yeah. But we're so close as a group,
as a unit. Yeah.
Do you know what I found as well? Like sort of that academy years going up to the scholarship, they just give you so much freedom. Yeah. To express yourself and like find things for yourself rather than being so structured. But then I had like a massive shot when Kieran McKenna come in to, obviously we were in scholarship at that point. I had him both years of my scholarship, which was unbelievable because obviously he's amazing coach, probably the best.
He's gone on.
He's like unbelievable.
Tactically,
I was, like it's no other coach's fault because we had the freedom and we'd do a bit of work defensively and stuff, but the detail he'd go into, like pressing. Like my first experience of learning how to press and how it comes from a whole team is from Kieran, and it just opened my eyes. I was like, I am miles off it, mate, compared to like what he's talking about here in the clips he's showing. I was like, I need to study the game, mate. I need to watch football. Like, I actually need to start watching it, not as a fan. Do you know what I mean? Like,
to learn. It's important. It's a massive point. That.
Do you feel like you just said, Dave, it was fantastic that them coaches before him give you that freedom because that was a vital time. Yeah. But like Kieran McKenna open, like you said there, open your eyes up to like elite detail.
Yeah, I think it was a perfect balance because those years where you're coming through, if you don't make it at a top club, which like I haven't, I've made it to the league and I've done well, but you have coaches that are more sort of, this is how we're going to defend and this is how we're going to attack.
Yeah.
Nowhere near the level of detail that Kieran goes into.
Yeah.
So you had that balance of like, I'm not going to be told every pass that's going to be on. So I need to sort of like make my mind up for myself.
Yeah.
So I had the perfect balance of growing up with that, but then going into an under-18s league or what have you, where we have a structure and we all know how we're going to play, to then sort of have both sides of it, you know, be able to, you don't want that, I think you can be, from so young now, there's lads who get taught, this is how we play, this is what's going to be on, and then they drop out and they drop down to National League, and it's just like, no, you've got to find that pass for yourself, you've got to know that run, you've got to make that run for yourself, you've got to make something happen.
And no disrespect to playing with players that are not on the same level as what you have been playing
100%. With. So I think in terms of balance, it was unbelievable. Like, it was perfect, really. Whether it was intentional or not, it was perfect.
It worked out.
Would you say, so Kieran McKenna was someone that had a massive impact with you and your development?
Yeah, he was, you'd agreed. He was someone that, even if you weren't playing, because I played a lot for him in my second year, but not so much my first year. I was a bit in and out.
It's always the case, though, isn't it, with the first year? You're bedding in, aren't you?
Yeah, he was, even when you weren't playing, you were getting better.
Yeah.
And that's a lot to be said, because you are mostly training, and even he would push for games to be put on for like an under-17s group, you know, the first years who aren't playing and what have you. Yeah, it was brilliant.
Sounds a daft question on Kieran McKenna. Did you guys know that he had the potential or to go higher? Did you realise, like, you're working with him now and you was extremely lucky and you learnt so much, but did you realise this might be a bit of a stopgap for him to then kick on? Because then Mourinho brought him in with the first team, and then did you the question is for you lads is, would you think he would be a Premier League manager?
Not so soon.
Yeah.
No.
I thought he'd get there.
Yeah.
But I didn't
think as quick.
But if you see like what he's done with the people that he has coached, they've all been successful in something. Like we won like the league, we breezed it, and it was all down to him. Like, he would tell us things. Like, on the pitch, he would make us work out ourselves, but then he'd come in, he would have all the answers, but he would wait for us to say like, oh, this is not working. But it would be one thing on the pitch, be like, right, you just push a bit higher, block that pass, and then like the team will be stuck, and it's like, what the hell? Like, we've been struggling for 45 minutes, and you've just said one thing, and like it's working.
Shout it on.
He's very like, come on.
It's all about growing though, and
he's very
developing.
clever. He's a very really clever, like tactically, like he eats, sleeps, breathes football, and I think to be the best, like, and credit to him, that's why he's so successful, because he's done it for so long.
Joe and I knew there was like, I thought, well, like, when I thought like, he's going to be a top manager, like he's going to coach much higher than this and be a manager, obviously, was when we used to go up with the first team. He used to like set us up and we'd beat him. Yeah. Like, obviously not every week, but we'd be playing players who haven't played on the weekend. Obviously they're not as up for it as us, and we're at it, like we're buzzing.
Yeah.
And he'd literally say to us, like, go out there and beat him, and he'd set you up knowing what would happen.
Yeah, but we always used to see that as like, obviously we're 23s and
an opportunity.
18s, it's an opportunity for us. Do you know what I mean? So like, even if it's like 5 minutes, if it's shape, you want to do something to think, do you know what, I have a chance here to like just catch an eye or just something. Like, it's a massive opportunity. And it got to a point, like, obviously we used to hate going over at some points. It's like, we're just going to be mannequins, like, do you know what I mean? We're just going to stand there and they're going to play through us. But then he used to say, like, it's an opportunity for you. And I don't think you realise when you're younger, like, it is, because you're around the first team and people are looking at you. So even if it's that little, you take it past the play and you score, it's like, oh, he's got a little bit in. Or, do you know what I mean?
It's a moment.
It's a moment, yeah.
I buzzed off it, mate.
Yeah, it was good.
I bet it was class,
it was sick. Like, it's weird because like you're around these players and you're like, yo, these are the best players in the world. Like, some of the best players in the world.
You grow up, like you said there, watching them, and like you see them on the weekend. They are role models, aren't they? So if you go there and then you like beat them, it's like everything to you, innit?
But they're all like normal people as well. Like, you can have conversations with them. I think people don't think, like, I misunderstand them. Like, the superstars, but you're just
human beings.
Like, you can speak to them like, yes, you're alright. Like, in the canteen, you've been in a canteen and like they come over to you, like, just messing about with you.
Yeah,
it's weird. Like, but someone, Paul Pogba's just walking around the canteen
Yeah.
dancing or
He's
doing
walked like
something.
that.
Yeah, you okay? Like he was like really nice. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So like
brilliant.
you warm to some players. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was good, man.
How good was that? Sorry,
No,
before
it's
the
good. No.
Christmas do.
Oh,
Just before the Christmas do, we went over for set pieces. Had we played a game the day before or something?
yeah, we did.
And we said to Woody and Quinny, like, oh, we're doing set pieces against them. It's like, if we score, you got to put some money in the kit.
In the kit.
Scored an header.
Got whipped.
So
Oh, you?
Largy put the ball in. Yeah, I've just gone up.
The scenes.
Mate, this is day before their game. I'm not sure I should be saying this. Largy's like this, running off to me, and I'm running off with my hand in the air like Shearer. And I think it was Ollie at the time, just seething, and Maguire seething, and we've all just gone like, oh shit. Like, all just gone back in our shells. And Woody's like this on the side, mate.
How much was it in the kit?
I think it was like, I think Woody sent us like 200 quid, and Quinny sent us 200 quid as well.
Ollie and Maguire.
It was funny. He's like that in the air.
That is unbelievable.
Largy's jumped on the back.
We're celebrating. We're doing set pieces with the first team.
That is unbelievable.
That is man.
That is so good.
That is quality though.
What was your favourite moment at Manchester United?
Of United?
Yeah. Might be a tough question.
Yeah,
might be many.
I think it was obviously the Europa League trip. Like,
Yeah.
just being involved was class for me. I mean, obviously, I wish I got on. Like, give me a second, I wouldn't have been asked. But seeing all my mates play, like, it was class. So good.
Brilliant.
Like, seeing all my mates get on the pitch.
Freezing though, isn't it?
Oh, freezing. Indoor, but the coldest is like playing in a freezer.
Oh my god, everyone's like, yeah, I can't wait to play.
But
it was amazing though.
obviously they were through the group and everything. How mad was it when Jim, because Jim was up with the first team at that time, and Jim came in the change room and says like, lads, we're all going.
That's
And
unbelievable.
I was like, no, I was
joking,
like,
yeah.
I'm not involved.
He's
I was
having-
taking the boots off, like, I was like, not even playing, like, at this point, I think I was in and out of the 23s, I was like,
Why are you playing?
and then he was like, nah, Max, you're going, and I was like, and then he was like, the list, he was like,
I was like,
"You're
why
going."
going?
You're going,
That is
mate, you
fit.
should have heard
So
the buzz
Jim
in the
announced
changing
it?
room.
Yeah.
That is
It was,
class.
nah,
So
it
then-
was the change room was electric.
Yeah,
It
mate,
was
everyone's
what
like
the hell?
jumping in the middle like that. Oh, it was class.
wonder if Ollie or the first team players like
Yeah,
listening
yeah.
in, here on the door,
Imagine
seeing the
that.
reaction.
Oh, it was unreal,
Nah, it
mate.
was.
And then to obviously see like the mates you grow up with, some of your best mates, just playing
Yeah.
for United. It was unreal. There was so many debuts that night.
Yeah.
Oh, it was just a buzz, mate.
Yeah.
Obviously, I had the like other point. I was like, oh, come on,
Yeah.
put us
Yeah,
on.
but
But
yeah.
it didn't matter at the end. Like,
Yeah, you just involved. It's squad
Involved,
number,
yeah.
everything like.
And then
Whole
how good
experience.
was the trip though?
Yeah,
Like,
it
we
was
lost the
amazing.
game, like, but I mean,
I couldn't believe the hotel, me.
I know,
The
mate,
room,
how good
walked
was
in the
it?
Unreal.
room, I was
Ritz
like,
Carlton.
what
Yeah,
the
it
hell?
was-
Do you have your own room or
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
sharing.
blind.
I walked in,
No sharing.
I just jumped straight to the bed like
It
this.
was massive, wasn't it?
It was massive, bro.
And then like all your blinds and that on the wall and all
Yeah.
that going on, like touch screen on the side. Like, oh, put me
Like
blinds
that,
up, blinds
just like
going
that.
up.
All night.
And then obviously we weren't used to it, but Mike had travelled with us and Joffrey as well, the chefs. They'd come and like in the morning and went down, and then Mike was like, "What do you want, Max?" And I was like, "Oh, it's all right, I'll just get it." Like, "No, what do you want?" I was like,
Wow.
"All right, then I'll have a smoothie." Like, yeah, I'll have an
Lots
omelette.
of- it's just a different,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
different, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is mad. It is crazy. But like, it's a memory. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
of course it is, and you've lived it. Like, just going on to the players, who, obviously, for your position, was anyone that was sort of a mentor to you during that time? Is anyone that you built that relationship with, like Maguire or any first team players, or was it more like everyone was great with you, or was any one particular person that you would say?
Well, after I was ill for a bit, when all the stuff happened, sort of before that, I sort of like smalling a little bit because people forget he got Player of the Year at United.
Yeah, it was
Like he was
great,
a joke
wasn't
at some point. People forget how good he was, and he was a good defender.
Yeah.
Like he might not have suited every manager they had, but
more
he's
not
a
really
young-
technical, was he on the
No.
ball, but defending wise,
defending wise, good. And obviously he'd been in the team with Rio, Vidic, like top
Player,
best defenders, you know, to grace the Premier League, like. And then when I come back from being ill, sort of, I think he'd moved on to Rome at that point.
Yeah.
And I was in the gym a lot, and so was obviously Phil Jones was injured at the time, and he'd really struggled with his injuries. And in terms of like my position, I wasn't like, didn't have like, at the time I didn't have like a proper mentor, but at the time in the gym, obviously we were both struggling injuries. I'd been ill, and I was coming back from the like surgeries and stuff that I'd had. And there's just someone to talk to with experiences. even like little things of like, when did you feel like you was at your best? What was you doing and stuff like that? He was so good to talk to. Wasn't he? Like one of the nicest guys.
Brilliant.
And obviously you can see now he's gone into that role. Don't know if he's still there. Is he doing the under 18?
He was doing the
stuff?
coaching, wasn't he?
Coaching,
Fletcher's the
Just
manager
got,
now, isn't he?
He just got graduated, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah, for the PFA
Brilliant.
school.
The business school.
I think business school, yeah.
He's a smart guy, really good to talk to.
He's an amazing person, man.
Yeah.
Really, really nice person to speak to.
Wonder if he'll watch this. Do you reckon Phil will come on the pod? RH is shouting out Phil Jones here. Come on, Phil. Got your mates on here. Come and meet the RH.
knows.
Who's Max? Who's the man? No, I think it's the reason why I asked that. I think it's important for a player to mirror and look up to people, and obviously the viewers will have a lot of young players and players. It's always good to look up to someone, and if they give you that time of day and also like advice and guidance, they've been there and done it, haven't they? Yeah. I think that's what do you think that's really important?
Yeah, I think it is. It's massive to have like someone you can speak to from, like, they've been at the top for many years as well. Do you know what I mean? So to get advice off them.
Was anyone who done that with you? Would you say?
I had like I don't know, like it was weird with me because I lived with like Jimmy. Do you know what I mean? So he was basically around the first team all the time. So he would, even though he's younger than me, not by much, but he would help me because he's in that environment. I never said like Jesse, Angel.
Yeah, you was close. Your friends are very like. Yeah.
They were like basically in the first team. So if I needed anything, I could just bounce off them.
That's
brilliant. Say what's it like, or
that network.
Yeah, network. So
brilliant.
But like you could speak to anyone at United.
I was gonna say that. Yeah,
like everyone's sound,
especially under that Mourinho group. I thought that was like the Spanish lads and everything. You had
Grandma is amazing, man.
And David Day, like you could talk to them all the time. You used to have his boots, mate. Just used to wear his boots all the time. Yeah, because he used to wear the same pair of boots, and Adidas was sending him loads of boots. So he just used to mark and stuff. He used to ask him and books, and then he just go, "Oh yeah, give him it's fine." So like the year, I was just having his boots.
The kit men were classic United, man. Oh my god, the kit man, they are like all kit men are just like a safe space.
Is Tony the kit man? One of the kit mans called Tony, was it? In the academy, he went, what's he called? He's one. Can't remember his name.
Mark, Alec, Ian Bucks.
Ian, he's been there.
Yeah, he's
for
classic.
ages. He was there when I was like under 9s, under 8s.
His dad, Graham.
Might have
Graham, what a guy! Shout out Graham.
Yeah,
his birthday is the same day as mine.
I bet he's got some stories as well.
Graham's a class guy, man. He was like from young.
Yeah,
like, he was the nicest guy ever. Like you could ask him for stuff, and he'd just say, "Go on."
Mate, how good with the staff though.
Oh like,
it's changed so much now. There's barely anyone there, but
that environment.
Mate, so good. Then Chris and Drew come in and like.
Oh, they're class, man.
Pete and a few others, Dexter, and like all.
But like they're like us, like banter. Do you know what I mean? Like you could just take the
one of us. They come in the changing room, like
have a laugh.
A bit of banter.
They're a massive part though, aren't they?
So
football clubs, kit men and like chefs, and like, they're so important, aren't they?
Cleaners.
Yeah, all the cleaners were nice.
Mark, cleaner.
Hassan. I used to speak to Hassan every morning.
Even like
Hassan, what a guy.
Even like the office staff, when you walk in, they're the first people like you'll see. You know what I mean? Obviously, Kath, like she was a legend at the football club, wasn't she?
But no, like obviously for the viewers, you mentioned that you was ill, and do you want to explain to the viewers about what happened? Obviously, it's touchy subject and all, but
no, it's fine. I'm open to speak about it. Like it's not a problem. I think the more you speak about it, more people can sort of like understand and be honest and open. So I've got it was my first year in 23s, so I've done my 2 years scholar. I got given a pro in between my second year scholar, and then I'd gone up, done all my off-season training and what have you. Been working with Chaz Owen, who was the 18s at the time. He's now in the first team, S&C, great S&C. But he'd lived nearby, so I've been doing a lot of summer training with him. Felt really fit. Gone in with the 23s, it was Ricky Sabraja at the time. Felt really fit aerobically, and then I kept like on the sprints and stuff. Just couldn't get up to speed. Like it's like I'd slowed down, and then I had a bit of a pain in my stomach when I was doing the sprints. And this anyway, so let it go on for a bit. Like I thought, maybe you're just getting back to it. Maybe you've done too much of the longer running and what have you. You're just getting back to it. But then my weight started dropping. So I was dropping and Kieran come up to me because Kieran had gone with Mourinho at this point and said, "Have you lost a bit of weight?" I said, "Yeah, about like 2-3 kilos over the summer and like now." It's like, do you feel better for it? And I was like, I don't really know. He's like, well, just make sure you feel better for it. Like, you are a centre back at the end of the day. And I think I could drop down to like 83 kilos, which is, I'm, 6'4", like it's quite light that.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I've one night I'm in the shower and I had a bit of pain in my bollocks, so I've rubbed it and felt a lump. And then I've like, you know what your head's like after that. You're on Google and all.
It's the worst thing you can do, isn't it?
Yeah. So I've gone to see Steve McNally. Unbelievable doctor. He was a doc at United. Unbelievable. So he's done an ultrasound there and then at the club. That's like the facilities were so good. Done a scan and I've got a cyst. So he's given me antibiotics for the cyst. And I've had these antibiotics, but at this point I'm carrying on training and what have you, but I don't feel right. I'm going home from, it's pre-season obviously, so it's hard, but I'm going home sleeping like 3-4 hours naps.
Okay.
And then waking up and sleeping like 10 to 11 hours at night, literally going down from my dinner, going up to bed and sleeping again.
It's not like
so
normal.
It's not normal. And so there's a few signs now. But I've had this and the cyst has gone after a week. And then a week later, it's come up. So about 2 weeks after he's given me the first dose, it's come back bigger. And the season's like probably a week away now. And then he's had to send me to a specialist. And they've done a scan. And on the scan, it's shown the cyst, which is big. And then inside the testicle, there's like a small lump. A small tumour. So then he's confirmed it's most likely to be testicular cancer, but they've got to get it out and have a look. So then obviously the club were made aware. It's about a week into the season but he was amazing. He was like, I was on a 1 year and he activated my extension. It's like, don't worry about any of that, what have you. That was a little bit later on. But that's sort of like what he was saying to me, like whatever happens,
that's
you're
brilliant.
Right.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. So
peace of mind.
That's peace of mind. Set it straight away. And he'd said like, listen, you're not going to play. Like,
get
come
fit.
into the gym, train and what have you. Do what you need to do, but you're not playing now. So then anyway, about a few weeks later, I had my surgery. This is October time now. Had it removed. And then I've gone for a CT scan. And, when they've removed it, they said, it's only small. Hopefully this is it. But you need to go for a CT scan and get it checked. So I had the CT scan, and it's shown 3 lymph nodes quite swollen. And it started to go a little bit on my lungs.
So it's spread.
It started to spread. So then obviously I was like at that point, my head was just all over the place. And I remember my first call, I went with my missus and my mum. And then my first call was Kieran. Like, don't know why. Like, it was, because I had my family with me.
Of course.
And he was like, he did look after you. And I just remember calling him, just crying my eyes out. And he was just like, he was so good on the phone, just got me to calm down. Spoke to the doc, spoke to a few people. And then had to like sort of get assigned my chemo and what have you. And at this point, I've just not gone into the club again.
Yeah.
They've said, just listen, stay at home, stay with your family. It's going to be like quite hard now. Started the chemo in the January. That was brutal. That was 9 weeks of 3 weeks. So I had 3-week cycles, so it was 9 weeks in total. First day was 12 hours. Second day was 14 hours. And the last day was 16 hours on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then I'd come back a week later and do an 8 hour. Come back a week later and do an 8 hour. And that was my 3-week block. But those 3 days, like the first 3 days, was just, it was like, I could not believe what it was like. I felt all right for the first few, and then I had this one called cisplatin. And I just like you get like a fever, and you just like shaking, and then all the spewing up starts. And then I think for that whole of that 9 weeks, there was probably 7 to 10 days where I didn't throw up. I dropped from 83 kilos to 73. So I'd like all my weight had gone. Bearing in mind I weigh 91 now. So it was like an 18 kilo difference. I was literally gone down to bone. I couldn't eat. having like one meal a day, and I would eat the same thing because I couldn't stomach anything else for weeks. That was like really tough. Obviously, on my missus at the time, she was doing. Well, she's still my missus. I don't know what I said at the time. Sorry, love. And then, yeah, so she was doing her A levels, and she was literally in hospital with me. Going to do her exams, coming back to hospital, sleeping in the chair next to my bed. Like, she was unbelievable.
That's amazing.
And then
that support.
Yeah.
And
then even things of like Steve had come, his daughter had come back from the US, and she was home for Christmas, and he'd come.
Is this the doctor?
Yes, is the doctor. Yeah. So my chemo, I think I got it wrong before. It ran over Christmas, definitely, because I remember going in Christmas Day.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a blur now because I think my brain has sort of pushed it to the back of my mind because it was quite difficult to deal with. Yeah. This like sums up how good of a guy he was. His daughter had come over from the US. She works at NASA, really intelligent, and she was back that evening, and he'd been at football all day, and she'd been home, and on his way home he dropped in and I'd come to my house for 2 hours to check I was all right.
No,
that's amazing. What a guy.
And like sat with me while I ate because I was really struggling. And he, like, I haven't got a bad word to say about him. He was honestly the most incredible person. So yeah, Kieran did the same. I remember the time when Jimmy and Angel come over because I didn't really want to see my mates because I struggled with them.
Look, seeing you that way.
Seeing them, and I struggled with the way I looked, and I struggled with everyone's life was going by, and like they were progressing in football. It wasn't a jealousy thing. I just wanted it for my. I just felt like I was stuck and I couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
So I just sort of secluded myself and felt a bit like it's nothing to do with like I don't want to see you, like I don't want you to see me like this.
Yeah.
And then so I had the chemo and everything, and I thought, right, I'll be back for pre-season, like that's my goal and what have you. And then had all the chemo and then did another scan, and the lymph nodes were still swollen, so all the cancer had gone, but they were saying there was like dead cells and what have you, and the best piece of advice is to
get them out.
But to get them out,
surgery.
I had to it was a 7-hour surgery.
Wow.
So they had to cut through the whole of my stomach. You've seen the scar and stuff. It's like open all the way, and because they couldn't go through the back, these lymph nodes were attached to the aorta, which is right at the back in front of the spine, but they couldn't go through the back because of obviously all your nerves and everything. Yeah. And they said like this is a surgery that's like whether you play and stuff and what's it like professionally, we don't know like what the long-term implications are. Same with the chemo and stuff because of the lungs. But I was so young, I was like naive about it all. I was like, they're just saying this because they have to. And they probably were just saying it because they have to. But like when I look back now, I just in my head it was just never even like gonna be anything other than I'm gonna get back to playing football.
Yeah.
So I had that surgery in the March. That was like, and then I had 48 hours in ICU and then a week total in the hospital before I actually stood up. I think I stood up on the last day and just threw up everywhere because I was on that many drugs. I had an epidural, morphine,
everything,
codeine, like literally every painkiller and what have you, just because they had to go straight through. And then I remember sort of going back first time to United. It was about,
I remember,
5 weeks. I think it was 6 weeks after that surgery because I had to be careful because my immune was low, everything was low. And I went in and mate, I was in bits, mate.
Yeah.
Just like when I got there and then sort of held it together. I just remember getting back in the car, just crying my eyes out, like. But it was class, like just seeing the lads and everything.
Because I remember, I think you come into the change room, innit? And I'm like, it was so nice to see you because it's like no one's seen you, so we're like, how is he doing? Is he all right? What's going on? Because we don't want to hamper your messages and stuff. Because obviously you're going through your journey, aren't you? And you struggle. So we thought to see you, it's like a breath of fresh air. Like, it's so nice to see Max.
Honestly, mate, I think that's inspirational, mate. Like,
I think a couple of us actually cried when you went.
Yeah.
We thought this is like, it's like we felt sorry for you. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because we can't do anything about it. So it's like, what can we do?
Honestly, mate, you're an inspiration because I know you're a footballer, and again, going back to this more than the match stuff, you're a human being.
Yeah.
So you as a footballer is part of your life. It's not your life. You've gone through something in in your life that's traumatic. It's like a massive thing in your life, and for you to come all the way through it and be strong and mindset strong, like body strong, build yourself up mentally, that must have been awful for you. And for the fact that you play again, you're playing professionally, and like, mate, honestly, you're an inspiration.
You're a
because
superhero, bro.
honestly, no,
Nah,
seriously,
it's not
mate,
that.
because seriously,
Because to get through all that and be where you wanted to be, like playing football again, when they're telling you, oh, you might not play, that's like, in itself, that could have destroyed you. Even though you're going through everything else, that little thought, because your dreams to be a footballer. And if you would have just thought, I'm never going to play again, or this, or just not having that hope that you're going to play, you might have, like, not been playing because your confidence is low, or, do you know what I mean? So to
it's
come out,
everything. Obviously, this is the first day that I met you, and when you're talking about that there, it's emotional.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know, obviously,
I was actually
used
like,
to,
my
used,
eyes, I swear down.
used to know each other, so obviously you've got a deeper, but I'm listening to you speak there, and I'm like, I'm getting emotional listening to it, because I'm thinking, like, you're a footballer, but that's life.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? Like, that event in your life, like, I just go on to, like, mentally and physically, like, it's so tough. It's
Beyond
difficult.
football.
Beyond football,
Yeah.
it is. It's like, and obviously, excuse me for asking, like, I bet there was dark times for you, like, in that. And like, family, you said there, your family's around you, and we always talk about family support. You needed your girlfriend or your partner or your fiance, or if you're married, more than anything there, and she was there. You needed your family, they was there. You needed your friends, they was there. The club, they was there for you. Like, honestly, mate, you're an inspiration. Honestly, that is like, that is very, very
Touching.
deep. Yeah, it's touching.
Honestly,
thanks for sharing, mate,
No,
because
no,
that
no
honestly,
worries.
that's, you know, fair play. I'm dead emotional, like, even like speaking to you.
Make sure you check yourselves, guys.
Yeah, but no, seriously,
jokes
no.
aside, like, I remember, because after, obviously, what happened with you, we all, the doctor come in and said, right, lads, like, we need you to, oddballs it was. Oddballs done a thing, said, oh, make sure you check your balls and to see if there's anything there.
Yeah.
Because people, like, don't check them things, do you know what I mean? It's not something you think
it's a bloke
about.
thing as well, I think,
Yeah.
to run away from it, like, it's fine, just crack on, because the fear of it's a bit overriding, like, in your mind. I think Steve said to me after it, like, lads found out, there was 7 or 8 people who went in for scans on the balls, like,
Wow.
because it's common to have a lump, like, don't want everyone to think, oh, I've got a lump, like,
I've got something's wrong with me.
Yeah, it's common to have a lump, but you need to get it checked, like, or what have you.
Again, it's a powerful message, and you've lived and breathed it, but it is important for the viewers, if they, or whoever's watching, that if they do feel like that, like you said, you need to go.
Yeah.
You need to go and do it,
earlier
because
the better, like.
Yeah.
That moment of the video of you ringing a bell, that was like there's, I don't know how to explain it. Like, there's things in life when you look at and you think, like, like, it's amazing.
It's mad.
Do you know what I
Like,
mean?
your
How did
story,
that feel
mate.
for you, like, coming out of that?
The ringing the bell was weird, because, like, everyone thinks it's done then.
Yeah.
But you ring the bell and you still got to have a scan to see that it's clear.
Yeah.
It's just marks the end of your chemo. Like.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's a relief, because I remember the first 3 days of chemo, I got home and I'd been that sick and so weak, and ate for 3 days. I was literally crawling up the stairs in my house on my hands and knees.
Wow.
And I just said to my mum, I can't do this. Can't do it. And I see my mum's face, like, it was like heartbreaking. So, like, it reminds you, like, those times of how difficult it was, and how much you had to go through. It's sort of like been one of those moments where I've been, you know, can look back and sort of put things into perspective now, like you say, more than a match, like, and what people are going through every day, and sort of, like, you don't know. There's so many people when you go into that Christie that are going through such bad things. It sort of goes like, wow, my problems aren't actually that big.
Yeah. There's a lot more to life than an athlete or a game or a match. Like, it's a human being, and it's your life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Max, honestly, me and Damani absolutely appreciate you sharing that, because, like I said, you're an inspiration, mate. But we're gonna have to move it on to the football.
I'll move it on.
But honestly, mate, you're a superhero. Low moves. So you get back playing. You've gone through everything that you've gone through. You go out on loan.
Yeah.
Non-league, obviously, Damani, he's playing non-league. He has fantastic things to say about non-league.
So is Max.
Yeah.
No, joking.
Max is non-league. No, he is, but he has fantastic things to say about it. But like, what was your first taste of like non-league football?
Because I hadn't played for so long, I was just dying to play. And the perfect thing with going to Staley Bridge, you can end it whenever.
Yeah.
And what have you. So.
Yeah.
But I could play for United 21s as well. So
Yeah.
they were,
It's
I
like a
was
dual red.
I said, I
thing.
just want to play. Like,
Yeah.
what's it? And they weren't. I think Les Parry, who was the lone guy at the time, he was like, "You sure? Like, you don't have to. Like, you can just play 21s." And I wasn't even sure if I was going to play the 21s, to be fair, because I've been out for so long. And Ted and Dish were there, and they were good players. Like, so I was like, "No, I just want to play football." So went to Staley Bridge. Opens your eyes, like rocking up to Everton Colliers away, like from United. You know what I mean? And it was only a few months before being with first team in Europa League. Do you know what I mean? I've it's football at the end of this. Like, it's a different sport. I think. Like people say it often.
It is a different sport.
When you drop down, it's honestly the playing styles and the way the things that are said.
Channel balls and that second balls.
So different.
Do you know what it is? The lower, like, it's about winning. That is it.
Yeah.
Does not matter. It does not matter how you win. Get the ball in the net and win. That is it.
Yeah. It's more of like you said about Kieran and the Man United way about technically, tactically, non-league. It's like, right, get a win. Yeah. And then you're happy. 3 points on the board. You move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. There's some fantastic like footballers in non-league who play that way, but I think it is a different game.
Yeah.
It's a completely different game.
Like, and people thrive in that, and some people who drop down can't thrive in that because they thrive in another. You know, it's people don't see that either. Like, some fans might think, well, how can you play at that level and then not play at that level?
Yeah,
and you think it's so different.
Yeah. And again, not being disrespectful, but again, it's the players that you're playing with as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like intelligence, pitches play a massive part on it. But yeah, so you went to Staley Bridge. How long was you there for at Staley Bridge?
I think about 4 weeks. Because then COVID happened.
Yeah.
So I'd only been back for like 3-4 months, and then obviously was buzzing to be back playing, and then COVID happens. And we weren't back until when was it? August.
Yeah, I was doing Zooms and all that.
Wow.
I was
doing gym sessions.
I gone to Portugal, mate.
Did you?
Yeah, I had to turn my camera off on the Zoom.
Max, can we get a camera, please?
It's not working. Mrs. had a place in Portugal, and as soon as the flights opened, I'd text Steve and said, "Steve, can I get away?" He was like, "Get yourself away, mate. You've had a tough time." Like.
Brilliant.
And then came back. Had to do quarantine for a bit, but it wasn't bad.
Did you play a lot? Did you play a lot at Staley Bridge?
Played every game. Yeah.
Played
every game. There's players in there who like dropped out of the league, and you could learn off and stuff like Shay Lacey, his brother Paddy. Yeah, Paddy was there. Paddy was a good player. Played at Carrington. Obviously, he's a boxer now. Mm-hmm. He's flying and boxing.
Good.
So really good experiences, I think. Whether it knackers you going up, I don't know.
I think the loan stuff is because you obviously still got the Man United umbrella behind, so you always go back. I think it's difficult, and again, you guys have highlighted it. If you're free agent and you go low, unless I think it's for defenders, unless you're absolutely ripping it up. Say for strikers, you could score goals and then elevate and then move up.
Consistency with defenders.
I think it's a little bit harder with defenders.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just something I've always thought. It must play a part in a manager's mind to go, well, why would he bring a player up to 2 leagues if we've got one in the same league? Do you know what I mean?
And I know what it is as well, is it's not always down to ability as well. No. Sometimes it's like if the manager trusts his players and he knows his players, he'll rather go to that because he knows that rather than bringing a young lad in who's, you know what I mean? It's all, it's not. Yeah. It's difficult. So you return to United after the COVID stuff. Yeah. And where was the next destination there? Was it Rochdale?
No, so I had another loan then to Kiddie.
Okay.
I trained with MK that summer. I had a choice of 3 clubs, MK, and it was another 2. It was another League 1 club and a League 2 club. And that at this point I was a bit daft because I'd obviously gone to Staley Bridge as a little loan, but I still hadn't got an agent.
Okay. Yeah.
But like Nicky Butt was brilliant with me. Sorted all my stuff out, and that's not a problem. But there's a few people at the club who were a bit higher up who sort of, if I had an agent, wouldn't have tried to do things
Yeah,
that
yeah,
they did,
they
and
did,
then
yeah.
it was Nicky Butt who stepped in. So like with Butty not being there,
Yeah, kind of.
Change the dynamic.
Yeah, dynamic. Yeah.
change
was
the
it?
dynamic.
How was it? at Kiddy?
He was still there. He was still there, Butty at the time, but obviously later on is
Yeah.
what I mean. Kiddy was good. It was rushed because something had happened in the 23s where I think I was a bit emotional, and I was wanting to be going up with training with the first team because I felt like it was my last chance. I was 21 at this point. But obviously with COVID, if you were going up with the first team, you had to have testing, and then you were there for a certain amount of time. So from there, I went Kiddy, enjoyed Kiddy, played a fair bit. There's actually a time where I didn't get in the team. Their captain had come back, who was injured, and he'd come back, and then I'd sort of been dropped out of the team. So that was an experience, first time sort of being out of the team in a lower division and sort of like not understanding why. Then that season got cancelled because of COVID. So like, obviously there was when COVID come back.
Setback after setback.
Yeah.
Feels like.
Yeah.
But then I went back in at United, sort of made up with a few people that I've fallen out with. It wasn't fallout, it was just a bit petty. Do you know what I mean?
It happens.
And then I Woody was brilliant with me when I went back. He just said, like, play as many games as you need, go training with clubs. So then I was training with a few clubs, experienced that sort of experience, which I think is really important. And then that summer, I'd left United. That was like heartbreaking. That, not for any other reason than I just loved the club. And like it was like the end of a time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was the last one in my age group there. So it was sort of, it was the right time to leave because I needed to go and play.
To kick on.
And then that summer I'd gone to Slovenia because I had a line moved up in I had a move in Slovenia lined up, and then it was Maribor.
Okay.
So I went to Maribor. Obviously they're in the Champions League qualifiers and stuff. Win the league quite a lot over there. Really good facilities. I always wanted that play abroad thing.
Play abroad. Yeah.
So I went for 2 weeks. It's bizarre. This. I went 2 weeks, looked in an apartment and confirmed it with the club.
Yeah.
Agreed personal terms. Taken a picture with my number and my shirt.
Wow.
Played 2 pre-season games and scored in one of them. And then played a game on the Friday, which is when I've scored. And then I'm on my way back to the hotel with a Dutch goalie, and he called me, the CEO or sporting director, can't remember which one, whatever it was, someone who was deciding stuff basically, and said, we're going to go in another direction. And I was like, what?
Wow.
This is like 4 weeks into English pre-season. And I'm thinking, what's going on here?
After everything.
And then I was like, no, like, my missus might be coming out in a few weeks. And he was like, no, the manager wants to bring a player he had in Croatia last year.
Wow. Wow, that's bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah, but it all seemed a bit strange. You know, the longer it went on over the 2 weeks, I was thinking, this is a bit weird. Like, why are they taking so long?
Yeah, if you've agreed everything.
If everything's agreed, I've done pictures with the shirt, then the apartment's like all inside the first week.
And they didn't announce anything or...
Well, they announced on Twitter that I was playing, and people were tweeting it and stuff because people were sending it me.
Wow.
That feels like.
And they put me in a box for like a Champions League qualifier by myself, and all this was like, and then they were coming in check. It was just weird, mate.
Yeah, bizarre.
But I've come back over, and obviously I'd worked with an agent in Europe, and I hadn't worked with a UK agent.
Oh,
so now you've
gone with like so then I rushed it because I had 2 weeks, and I'd gone with a family friend, which wasn't the best decision at the time. But listen, you make mistakes, don't you?
It's a lesson, isn't it?
Yeah. So then I come back. One of my mates had played for a manager at Chesterfield, and dropped me a text. I said, I've just come back. I've played the game, and I'd got a flight on at 6 a.m. to come back, and this was the weekend at this point. And he was like, come down to Chesterfield and play a game on the Tuesday. I think it was a Tuesday. Can't remember when it was. Played the game, and then I went into his office and said, listen, I need a decision here. I can't be messing around. And
can't wait 4 weeks again.
They're in National League at this point. He just said, you're not what we need right now. So then I'm thinking, oh, Jesus, like, here we go again.
Yeah, back to square one.
Yeah, it's a cycle, isn't it?
And then this agent called me and said, listen, you got opportunity to be like a fringe player at these League One clubs. Like, you're going to be playing in the cups, you know, so like the Papa Johns and everything. So I was like, right, fine. Where is it? He's like, you got to drive to Lincoln and do that. And I'm thinking, Jesus. Like,
no, it's not what I
you're
want.
paying for all your travel and what have you at this point because you're a free agent. And then Joe Thompson, bless his soul, like he messaged me, said, why haven't you signed at a club yet? And I said, mate, I explained it all to him. And he went, what about Rochdale?
Home.
So I was like, 100%, mate, I'll go in tomorrow. And then he was like, all right, they're going to put you on trial. And I was like, that's fine, mate, I've got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Went in on trial for 10 days and signed.
Brilliant.
And then that was the start, sort of like first time in the league. That was under Robbie Stockdale, Brilliant.
What a guy JT was, by the way.
I know.
Massive shout out to JT. Yeah. Really, really great guy. So the Rochdale. So how long was you at Rochdale? Because you off camera you said about signing, that uncertainty, signing 1 year, 2 years, 2 years again. Like, how long was you there for before you went to Morecambe right after that one as well?
Oh, that was a horrible experience. No, I'm joking. I enjoyed it.
So we talk about Morecambe then. Go on then.
Oh, what was Morecambe like, Max, pre-season?
Yeah, the pre-seasons.
Wow.
On another level.
I won't say it was a horrible experience. I think that's the fittest I've ever been.
Yeah,
I mean, during the time...
You completed the bleep test.
Go on, D.
I know. I did complete it.
Go on, mate.
Still didn't get a contract.
Yeah, that's mad though, isn't it?
It was mad, bro. I thought, I just thought, when you just be busy? Like, I'm a free agent as well. I'm thinking, right, I've got to be busy. Like, I want it for the best and for myself anyway. But that pre-season set me up so good because I felt like the sharpest, the fittest. Like, I've been doing work and then, like...
36 players, though.
36
How are you meant to get spotted in that?
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it?
Budget wasn't that big.
Was that all the excuse, though, with budget? Yeah.
That's all they had, though, didn't they? Because
every player was more or less on the same money.
Yeah.
Okay.
When we all knew.
Yeah.
It was a weird one more.
Yeah, it was weird.
It was so strange.
Well,
but no, credit to them now, though. Like, back up.
Buzzing, mate.
Yeah, buzzing for them,
the community and the people in the club.
Imagine that. Imagine Morecambe without a football club.
I know.
That's mental, innit?
Yeah.
But mate, this has been unreal.
I loved it, me.
This episode, mate. Everyone's gonna love this one.
But we've got a few questions.
Hopefully.
Go on.
Quick fire.
Go on.
Who's the best player you played with?
Got two.
Go on.
I think it's Mason and Angel, mate.
Every episode, innit?
Every person said
Mason.
Mason could just do nothing all game and then just win you a game by himself.
It's mad. And Angel as well, as a technician.
I don't think people realise how good
Angel is.
Angel, technically, unbelievable.
It's good the other day.
Both playing that in the Bernabeu last night.
Mate, how mad's that? How good is the game, by the way? And
Unbelievable.
Alvaro played left back for Madrid.
How about against? Best player you played against?
Probably in the academy, because he was up against me and we got battered, was Nketiah probably. Like, I was playing up and there was a few of us playing up. I don't know what had happened to our second years, but they weren't available. Like.
They knew what was coming, I think.
Kieran McKenna got off.
Yeah. And it was him, Joe Willock and Reece Nelson up front, and that obviously made it a lot harder because they were just interchanging all the time. And that was at Alty, and they just got the run around, mate. Proper run around. Like, when you remember one.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one I remember.
Getting dizzy from the runners and that.
Yeah. Ref, how long?
What one for me before D ends with the famous more than a match question? What advice would you give to like young footballers? So any young footballers that are watching or parents are watching, what advice would you give to them?
Probably say the one that worked the most for me is just like master your craft. Like, just honestly, the more you get your head down and train.
Yeah.
It sounds stupid, doesn't it? Because everyone says it, but honestly, the more you train, the better you're gonna get. And there's just so much stuff now going on your phone. Listen, I'm bad for it. Like looking at your phone and what have you when you could be training and what have you. Yeah. I think that's a massive one. Training, and even if it's with your mates, like obviously you train a lot with the boys in the summer. Get mates who want to train. Get mates who want to play football, and just play football as much as you
goals.
Can.
Practice.
It.
Practice makes permanent.
Repetition. Yeah. Go on, D. Send this fantastic episode, mate. Just send it home.
What has football taught you?
It's not everything. Although it can feel like it, it's not everything, is it? So,
especially from someone with your journey and your experience.
Yeah.
Inspiring, mate.
I really enjoyed this.
I think you're actually better off when you think it's not everything.
Yeah.
Best players I know.
Yeah.
Less pressure.
Relaxed.
When you're in it, you're in it. And when you're out of it,
yeah.
it's done. But
Mate, thank you so much.
For that, man. I really enjoyed it.
Very, honestly, very touching. Like you said, you're an inspiration. Like Dee said, superhero. Thanks so much, mate.
No, I appreciate it. Not
honestly,
superhero though.
You are.
Everyone goes through it. There's a lot of people who go through it. Man.
Yeah, but
you highlight because it's football.
Yeah, no, but
They're
I think
superheroes and the doctors and all that.
100%, and I think by you coming on and sharing your experiences, if that we always say with this, if it helps one person, then our job's done.
Yeah.
And that's so inspiring, and how open and honest you've been. That could help someone.
Yeah.
So we really appreciate your time and coming on. Dee, what does the viewers need to do?
Need to like, subscribe, and get in the comments. Another episode from me and Raz and our
mate, Raz,
our mate, Max Taylor. Thank you guys.
Like and subscribe, more than a match.